Something that's very important to be aware of when we talk about the astral plane of existence uh, is that it's not like a magic dream world where you can, do whatever with no consequences. Well, I mean, like, it is a dream world where you can do whatever, but there are consequences. So, one of the important things about the astral world, especially when visiting, is you know being safe. And if I'm gonna go to the astral world, and I'm sure some of you are gonna come with me eventually on the journey, uh, somewhere along the way, I want to make sure everyone's safe. Everyone's having fun. Uh, Now, it's important to keep in mind that this power, the power to astrally project, is accessible by any human, right? So you must be thinking, wow, so it's got to be natural, nice. I mean, what harm? So, like, here's the important part. It's accessible by any human, but that's because it's a gift given to humanity by Satan, right? And now you might be hearing Satan. Oh God, Satan. Is he gonna like take my soul? Now, personally, I don't know that yet. I have to go visit him first and ask him if there's any soul binding agreements. But you know, from the research I've done so far, uh, it is a gift from Lucifer, or Satan, the Dark Lord, and you always got to keep that in the back of your head. This is demon worship here. Let's be honest, right? Uh, but you know, that's not to say that everything given by the demons is, bad. Actually, what's interesting is that free will. Uh, I'm sure you guys know what free will is. You're exercising it right now. The fact that you're not going to, you know, working 9 to 5 all day in a cubicle, or like being forced to like sit in some godforsaken building and listen to people like bore you to death is, that's an exercise of free will right there. You have the free will to instead educate yourself, give yourself the knowledge that you need to strive and overcome in this world, right? That's free will right there. And free will was also a gift given to mankind by, guess who? Satan, right? Now, it's interesting because, I was talking to someone about astral projection, and we were talking about astral projection, and then this is actually the girl who I was talking to in Italy, right? The one who first introduced me to the astral world, the astral plane, if you will. And actually, she was telling me all about how uh, Satan in some spellings is spelled as Satanas, right? And the Norse god Odin is also known as Woden, and in some transcriptions, Woden turns into Wotanas. And then I don't know how, but like something about the Greeks and the Jews, and basically the idea is Wotanas is the same as Satanus, right? However you pronounce that, right? So basically, Satan is the ancient pagan Norse god of thunder, lightning, the head honcho of the Norse gods, right? And I don't know, she said something about the white race after that. I wasn't really paying attention, but, I kept it in the back of my head, that this is a satanic work of art, And, it is art because you can't just astrally project right away. You got to build up to it, right? Just like Leonardo da Vinci wasn't painting the Mona Lisa, right away. He had to build his skill up to that. And, people can't paint the Mona Lisa today because they haven't been building up their skill to that. But I want to build up my ability to astrally project. And, I'm going into this with, with a grain of salt. Like, this could be a hoax, a load of bull. I don't like using that language, but, it could be that. But I don't know because I haven't experienced it firsthand. And I like to approach things like this with the scientific method. And so I'm going to, be doing this firsthand. So one of the first things I read about in the astral projection is that when you dream at night, you're actually taking a subconscious trip to the astral plane, right? And the difference between dreaming and astral projection is that dreaming, you visit the astral plane subconsciously, but astral projection, you visit it consciously, right? So basically, it's about awakening yourself to the point of visiting the astral plane, not subconsciously, but consciously. So, like, you can't fall asleep, but you kind of do. You have to enter, like, a dreamlike state, but not fall asleep. So, you stay conscious, but you're visiting the astral plane. You dig? Right. So, what's important is that you have to have, like, a sort of dream journal, if you will. When you wake up from a really nice dream, you got to write that down right away. Got to keep that, remember, so that eventually you'll have like a log of dreams. And eventually the hope is that you get to the point where you can realize what is a dream and what isn't a dream. And your first venture into the astral world is really figuring out whether you can be awake for dreams or not, or be conscious of your dreams. That's only step one. There's many more steps, but that's priority one right there, because the dream world isn't its own plane of existence, but it's more like a bridge. So all right, actually, you know what, let's look at this pool down here. Let's say over on this side is the physical plane, and over on this side here is the astral plane, right? In between this body of water right here is the that's the dream plane right there. As with any examples, that's kind of it's got a lot of errors in the model, but that's science for you. So yeah, that's just me about today. Because again, we're relatively early in this experiment. I haven't had any significant breakthrough yet, but remember, this is the basically the first full day since I've begun my Astral Awakening. And by the end of the week, I hope to have made some sort of significant progress that I can, give you more information, and I can help you identify exactly what an astral breakthrough would look like. So, one more thing, one last thing. What I've noticed is that a lot of the people who, the Magi's, if you will, who participate in this form of astral magic, if you will, is, you know, they have sort of alter egos, different names, right? Like the girl I was talking to, the one I've been referencing a lot, she called herself like Nami, right? And I'm pretty sure that's not a real name, but and the author of the main source I'm using for my astral breakthrough is named Ophiel, and I'm pretty sure that's not his real name either, because you know he doesn't put a last name listed anywhere in the book. So you know I'm figuring that's his like alibi or his astral name, you know. And my name is Julian, right, in IRL, but I've decided to take it upon myself that my astral name from now on is Joe Lion, right? That's J-O dash Lion. You guys can figure out how to spell lion. I have a lot of trust in you guys. But yeah, that's basically it. So this is Joe Lion signing off on the first full day of his astral awakening.